first of all, I'm real cool with Dave. Jesus. So we had a chance to work on some other things before this, but I thought it was. I loved the little twist on it. Obviously, I mean, again, it's another music show. But, I mean, with everything expanding the way that it is, I think as long as you take the time to do things a little different, I think sometimes it has a benefit to not just only to the music industry, but I think to almost to society as a whole, because it gives a different perspective. But one of the things that I like about it is that we're not judging, and I think that's the biggest thing for me. You know, I do not feel comfortable saying you should be a star and you shouldn't be a star, or you shouldn't, because I wouldn't have felt like that if somebody would have told me that. You see what I'm saying? So I think the fact that we're trying to help artists that are already basically laid groundwork down for themselves, I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, all these artists, again, like John says, they deserve to be here, you know, and they've already made a mark for themselves. And I just think, you know, I wish I would have had that opportunity sometimes, you know. Maybe things would have been a little different. But I'm cool with who I am.
Now, being a mentor like this, what mostly will they get out of you? Because you've kind of seen it all.
Well, I think the thing is, they're going to get, I think, what they want to get. It's mostly up to them. You know, you can offer information, but I don't know what type of information that I have that's going to help them. You know, everyone is different, so I could be telling them something that they already know, or may not be as useful as something that they should probably ask me themselves. I always open myself up to whoever that I'm mentoring and say, yo, listen, whether I'm on camera or off camera, I say, listen, if there's anything that you want to know, feel free to ask. Don't use this opportunity to the best of your benefit. And I said, whatever happens outside of this, don't let this stop you. You know what I'm saying? Like, do not let this stop you. This is a show. This is one TV show, or 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? And just don't let it go. Love the music. So I leave it up to them basically to ask me what it is that they want to know. Some people ask me different perspectives. Some people ask me things like how does it feel when you first got on. Some people ask me what's the biggest obstacle you've overcome. Some people ask me, do I really love what I do? You know, I think in all those are kind of different, but you know, it's about what they want to know.
What do you think a young Nelly would ask you? This Nelly sitting here.
Would ask me?
Yeah.
I think mainly more or less the work ethic. Just the work ethic. I think you have to love this game first and foremost. You see, I don't think a lot of people love this game as much as they think they love it. I think they love the idea of being in it. I think they love the idea of what come along with entertainment in the business, but I don't think they truly love the music, because if you do, then you would continuously do it whether you made it or not. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something that I would do. Whether I got a deal or not, I would still do music. It may not be on a grander scale, but I would still be involved in music.
What was the most interesting thing you had to do at someone's house for this show?
I made planters. Is that planters? Did I say that right? Planters, the fried bananas.
Plantains.
Plantains. Plantains. I made those. That was dope. And then one of my first times tasting them, and you know, mine tasted just like someone who knew what they was doing tasted. I figured, yeah, you know, maybe I've got a career at plantains.
So if this music thing doesn't work out,
And Nelly's plantains. You know, we can open those up, put a little spice to it.
Was there a question that one of the kids asked you, or one of your mentorees asked you, that really did sort of stump you, or you had to really think about it or be careful how you answered it?
No, not really. For the most part, a lot of the questions have been similar as far as, you know, when did you realize that this is what you really wanted to do? You know, was there any obstacles or anybody that was telling me basically, you know, because I think each one of these artists have a point in their life already where they're making the decision to give up or keep going, because it's not maybe working as fast as they would hope. You know, so a lot of them ask you, have you ever been at that point? And the answer is yes, several times. You're always at that point, at a certain point. You know, you always wake up one day and like, oh, is this today? Is today the day? Is tomorrow the day? Should I do this? Maybe I should take some of this. And again, you have to love what you do, because only the love of it is going to get you over the hump.
What did you learn from it?
I learned that, it's a hard road. I learned that hard work is inevitable. It's no way of getting around it without the hard work. And that's why I like this show, because a lot of these people have already laid hard work down. They've already, it's not like we're going in and 1 minute they're singing, the next minute they're not, and all of a sudden we're giving them a record deal. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's kind of like a slap in the face for everybody that worked their asses off to get to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like all of a sudden, okay, well, you get a deal. And this person who's been grinding and hard and working their ass off for about 10 years, 11 years, 9 years, and they don't give a shot because they're not in the right place at the right time. And that's part of it, though.
No, I mean, like, because you're a teacher on the show in a way, but what did you learn anything from your students?
Well, I wouldn't say learn anything, but I would say you rekindle what it was for you when you were trying to get on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You reflect back to like, wow, I was in that position. I was asking those questions. I felt the same way. It wasn't like they were basically teaching me anything about this game, because I've got a little bit more experience, than they do actually being in it. But it makes you reflect, like, you know what? I was in that position, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I was living in a small apartment like this, and I was working at UPS, and it's just one of those things, And I think it's more of a reflective type of scenario as opposed to them actually teaching me. It was more of an appreciation of the love that other people also has for this game that you're in, and it makes you appreciate everything that you've done and being here.
So what is the next?
In the first episode, we saw you and your contestant pretty much agree on what song she was going to choose. It seemed like a fairly easy process. Was there any contestant who there was kind of a battle about what song they should be singing on the main stage?
Without giving the show away, I think, there is. I think there was one situation. I wouldn't really say a battle, but we did have to call an audible a little bit. Only because you have to understand that this is a contest. It's not a concert. You see what I'm saying? And some people, they want songs that are more concert driven, and not contests. You have to understand, contest, you get one shot. You have to, you got to lay it out on the line. You got to show all your abilities at once, and basically in a minute and 30 seconds, which is tough. So you're trying to give everything that you've been putting together your whole life in a minute and 30 seconds, and that's a hard thing to ask anybody to do, professional or non-professional.
So what's coming up for you next, besides the next?
Well, I'm finishing up my 7th album. It's entitled M.O. I just recently released a song with myself and Chris Brown, maybe about a week and a half ago, or so to speak, like that. And basically just getting back into the swing of things as far as music's going. It's a great thing. Anytime you get a chance to do your 7th album, it's been like almost 13 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, it don't seem like it, but
No, it doesn't.
Country Grammar, the song came out in '99, the album came out in 2000. So, yeah, I know, it's just like, it's an age factor for me. So.
Is there collaborations that you still need to do?
I think on this album, I don't feel I want too many collaborations. I did a lot of collaborations on the last album. I love to do collaborations because I love to create. I love that going in and that bonding and making people like what they didn't think that they would like. When you get a chance to do songs like Tim McGraw, Christina Aguilera, and all the way down to like 2 Chainz and everybody else, you know what I'm saying, and everything in between, you just like, it's a cool thing.